What's up, everybody? This is Master Ian Gamer. I apologize, I'm so tired. I was up late again looking at pictures of Kiriko. Not in a sus way this time, I'll have you know. We'll be getting onto that in just a moment. As many of you may have seen, they've officially launched the Overwatch Red Tokyo Red Tower, whichever one it is. They've officially launched it. The event has begun over in Japan, and I did want to take a look at some things here today because there are some interesting things to evaluate. Okay, let's bring this up here. All right. Yeah, so yesterday, officially, the Red Tokyo Tower eShop for all the merchandise went up, which is very exciting. Very exciting indeed. And we're going to go right ahead and take a look at what's all on offer here. Technically, we have seen all this stuff before, but like now we can actually look at individual items, which is the exciting part. So let's go ahead and run through. So we have big Tokyo Tower event. Yay. And then first up, I'm not going to run through like every individual thing. I just kind of wanted to give like an overview. So we have trading card illustration thingies, which are like, I don't know, trading card type things. I don't find these that interesting, so I'm not like gung-ho about that. Anyways, they also have little metallic can badges, which is an interesting term, but they're just like pins basically. And they have the ones with like the art style, and also the ones with the chibi characters. But as you'll notice, each of these says random. And that is because when you buy one of these, you don't get to pick which one you're going to actually get. It's a random selection from each of these categories, depending on what you buy from. There is a guaranteed way to get exactly what you want, and I'll be getting onto that in just a second, but I am disappointed a little bit. I mean, look at these. Look at the Kiriko. Can't really zoom in on this. Okay, look at Kiriko. Here's the question: Do I buy one or some of these randomly in the hopes I get Kiriko? Yeah. So they also have the individual badges for like the big like special artwork here. Badges. And then we get onto keychains, acrylic keychains. So this is where I'm like actually starting to get interested in what they have here. So then again, these are divided up the same way as the badges we just looked at, where it's a random one from each of these selections. Yeah, you don't get to pick individually. You get the random choice, which we all love that, don't we? But then we get on to the first thing that's like kind of interesting. So we got poster with like that splash artwork there. And this is in, what do they call it? A3 size. So that's like 11.5 by 16.5 inches, I think is the dimensions of an A3. Oh, and then we get on to acrylic stands. This is what I'm actually genuinely hyped for here. These acrylic stands. I like acrylic stands. They're like figures, but with 2D artwork, which means they're typically cheaper, but doesn't mean they're necessarily cheap. And again, these are random. So like, oh, maybe I want to buy this little like Kiriko acrylic stand and put that on display. Too bad, it's random. And each one is 880 yen, which is like not that much. It's like $6, something around that range. I'm sure one of you knows the conversion rate and will happily type in chat the conversion rate for everything as I go through. Yeah, we'll be taking a closer look at these in just a second. But first I want to go through like the main bulk of stuff. And then we get another illustration thing. This is like the 5 main characters. And then we get the individual ones, which again, these are all 880 yen. I'm tempted. I'm so tempted. It's about $4 to $6. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you all helping me out there with the conversions in chat. How do you get the one you want? I'll get to that, Tinte. I'll get to that in a second, but you won't like the answer. But I will get to it. All right, yeah, Overwatch 2 illustration, the Kiriko, the map poster, again, is the A3 size. I'm so tempted to like want to get one of these. I need to make like a wish list, like a shopping wish list. Assuming I could A, afford these, B, actually get them shipped to the United States, which is the other thing that's worth noting. Red Tokyo Tower doesn't ship to the US, which means if any of you fine US citizens, including myself, want to get anything here, you're going to have to use a proxy service, which is going to charge you a lot. Yeah, so there's posters for the main ones, and then we get these acrylic, like big acrylic stands of like the key characters. So we go through and we like, oh, the Kiriko ones. I want the Kiriko ones so bad. I don't know which I'd prefer though. Do I want this one where she's running with the fox, or do we go with, I think I prefer this one where she's just standing. It's not my favorite Kiriko outfit. It's no Sukajan, but like I do rather like the Kiriko key art they got for this. The other characters like Lucio, he's got that nice drip. I appreciate that. Hobo Cassidy. Diva looks pretty good too. Tracer's whatever. But anyways, so we're going through here. And then we get the right. These are the very large stands. Extra large stands. So like 20.8 centimeters tall. That's pretty sizable for acrylic stand. It is 3,300 yen. So like it's not necessarily cheap, but just imagine having this on my shelf. That'd be so beautiful. It'd be so beautiful. Then we go down, more stands, and then we get to the desk mats, which I actually like the selection of desk mats they have. They have the one with the key art, and then they have 3 different chibi collections, each for like the separate like sets of chibi characters they have. So yeah, it's like you can get the green one, orange one, or yellow one. Or I guess that's marker red, but you know. And then mats with all the characters, and then the individual ones, and then these characters. Oh, I'm so tempted. I don't even need I don't even use a desk mat. I have like a mouse designated mouse pad, and I still want to get this. There's so much good Kiriko stuff here. It's not fair. All right, and then I got t-shirts with each of the key characters, plus that. And then we get on to the portion of the program that I'm sure we've all been waiting for, the way to get a guaranteed character of your liking. And that guaranteed way is via a complete box, which means you buy a box that contains every character, every possible item, you could say, for that option. And it's very expensive, as you would imagine, to buy every single one. But that is the only way to guarantee purchasing the individual one you want. So let's say I want little Chibi Kiriko here on this badge. Oh, if I were to buy like an individual pin, that's, I don't know, how much was that again? It's 550 yen. Decent price. But let's say I for sure want to get Kiriko. I gotta spend 7,150 yen to get all of them just to guarantee I get Kiriko. Not only, though, is the complete box the way that you get every single item available, you know, the individual ones you want, but the complete boxes come with bonus content. So let's just go through these. So first up, complete box for these badges comes with a bonus badge, a rectangle badge of Kiriko and or Diva. I don't know if it actually comes with both or if it's a random of the two, because it says box purchase, bonus included. Bonus design will vary depending on the time of purchase. So I don't know if that necessarily means there's other options beyond these two, or if it's just like you get both of them, or what the deal is. Yeah, let's take a look at this. So for these badges, by the complete box, you get a Reinhardt badge and or a Zarya badge. The interesting thing is it doesn't mention that there's variety based on time of purchase here. It says that for some of the box items, not for all of them, which makes me think like, is this mean you get both of these always when you buy this box? I don't know. I don't know. And then we can take a look at this one, which comes with Lucio and Doomfist as the free bonuses. Also, by the way, these like special badges you get through the boxes, these are the only way to get these special badges. You can't buy these individually or get them blind from like buying an individual one in randomness. These are only available through purchasing a whole box. So that's fun. And then this one comes with Diva and Wrecking Ball. Ones I'm actually interested in, believe it or not. It says date on them under image to order between certain time period. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, wow, I completely missed that. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, so that's what it means. So there is a difference in terms of which one you get. You have to order it between the window of October 1st to 27th. And then if you order it after October 27th, you'll get the second one. Okay, that's good to know. Complete box then here is this one, which comes with Kiriko and Diva as the options. And yeah, okay, so all of these have like a 2 time frame. Oh, that's going to be annoying if I want to buy multiple things and get bonus items that are available at different times. That'll be very annoying. And then we get on to keychains. Again, complete boxes. And just these ones are interesting because the bonus things that come with these are like square keychains. So you got Ramatra and Orisa as the options here for this one. And then we got Ana and Tracer for this one. Cassidy, and Ash for this one. But this takes us now to the thing I personally am most hyped for is the complete boxes for the acrylic stands. These are the ones I actually am contemplating getting. So first of all, we get this complete box, which not only comes with the Kiriko little acrylic stand, but also if I buy in the first window, you get this Kiriko acrylic stand, which I love because it's a close-up and you can see her little game controller and it's amazing and I want it. I want it so desperately. $80. Yeah, I know these are $80. Ugh. $80 for this collection, all so I can get the one Kiriko acrylic stand plus the bonus one. I mean, to be fair, I'd also like to get like Mauga and Ramatra and Reinhardt. But half of these characters, I don't want. I mean, I guess maybe I could sell them after the fact, but so there's that set. And then this set, this one comes with Ana and Tracer again as the options. And this is out of the three sets of acrylic stand boxes you can get. This is the one I probably wouldn't get. It has Sigma and Juno and Junker Queen, but none of those are a must get for me, you know? So this is the one I'd pass on. And then we get this one, which not only does it come with Brigitte and Wrecking Ball, but there's a Wrecking Ball one for the for the bonus thing. And unfortunately, it's the other time window. So if I bought the previous one that had Kiriko, I'd have to buy it during the first time frame to get the Kiriko bonus. And then if I buy this one, I need to buy it in the second time frame to get the Wrecking Ball bonus, which means if I get both, I have to buy them separately anyways. It's not fair. It's not fair. I just want my cool little Japanese Overwatch merch. Why does it have to be so hard? You're having a good day until you're reminded you won't be getting any of this. Yeah. I was having a good day or good night last night until I realized the same. Why, yes, that does mean you can't get postage bundled. Correct. To be fair, and maybe it says it here. Okay, yeah. So the way these are actually working, if you buy them online, is the sale of all these items ends December 10th. However, they won't actually ship them until mid-April of 2025, which is kind of interesting given that they're already physically selling these at the Tokyo Tower event. You can, if you're there in person right now, well, not this because it's a limited one, but these, you can walk in there and buy these right now. There are people who already own these because they bought them at the Tokyo Tower event in person. For anyone who buys them online, however, you have to wait until at least mid-April. You need to teleport to Japan to buy merch and teleport back. I know. I've genuinely considered, is it worth it to buy a ticket to Japan for half a day and then just a flight right back? Just go there, stock up on this merch as much as I can fit into a carry-on bag on a plane. I buy that much merchandise and then I just fly immediately back to the US. To be fair, if you scalp it, the trip pays for itself. Right, and that's the other thing. So there are a few legitimate options for getting this stuff. Option one, I buy through the site at just whatever, I get. I buy a whole box of the thing, let's say, and I use a proxy service because they don't ship outside of Japan. I use a proxy service to ship the products to the proxy service in Japan, which in turn would then ship it to me in the United States. And it would be exorbitantly expensive and take an incredibly long time, but that's one way of doing it. The alternative is that I don't buy anything from the official site and instead hope scalpers sell them individually on eBay. Those are my options. I will say, at the very least, the fact that there's a window. So I have until at least October 27th, basically, to decide what I want to buy if I don't want to miss out on this specifically. And that means I have until October 27th to see if any scalpers who are physically there in Japan in person have already bought stuff and are starting to resell them on eBay. And again, that's probably not going to be cheap. All things considered, it'd probably be cheaper to buy specifically the Kiriko acrylic stand off of eBay scalpers than to buy a whole box. The only issue is that it would probably be extremely hard to get the complete box bonus items items via scalpers. Not impossible. It could still happen. Like, somebody might get this and sell it, especially since this is during the first time window. I assume this is the one you would get if you bought the box itself in person at the event, which from what I understand, they are selling the complete boxes at the in-person event. So this I might be able to get. However, this I don't know, because this is in the after October timeframe. So this is one that you presumably can't get at the event in person. So I have no idea. This might be one that I'd have to get like months later down the line if like a scalper buys boxes online and then sells them. I don't know. I guess it's just a matter of keeping an eye on eBay and seeing seeing what I can scrounge for myself. People always remake these items and sell them on Etsy. I mean, that's a fair point. Like, it's not like these are the only like chibi kiriko acrylic stands that'll ever exist. Granted, I don't think I'll ever be able to find one like these mouse pads, like the desk mats. Those I don't know if I'd be able to find like a remake type thing of. But if we go here, is that the mega one? This is the mega one. This, the 20.8 centimeter tall kiriko acrylic stand, specifically in the Red Tokyo Tower art style. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever be able to find a remake of this. This is probably something I can only ever get either through directly on the site or via scalpers. And yeah, they are so good. Like, we've never had official Overwatch merchandise like this before, which is why it's such a bummer that it's being sold exclusively in Japan like this. Either way, I am sad. I am here coping over the fact that I'm never going to get the 21 centimeter tall Kiriko acrylic stand, nor will I probably ever be able to get the little acrylic stands, specifically this one. This is going to be probably like the hardest thing to get overall because it's only in the post-event time window and it's only part of the complete box. So I don't know. Because the other thing I was thinking about is, like, if I did just, like, bite the bullet. Because here's the thing. Assuming I don't go with scalpers, because who knows how expensive that would end up being. If I ended up going through, like, buying it directly on the site and then used a proxy service, like, each of these, I'd say at a bare minimum, I would want this complete box set, this complete box set, and then probably extra large Kiriko acrylic stand. And then there's like other things, like maybe I'd want a poster type stuff, but like those wouldn't be as imperative for me. It'd be like all this stuff. And in total, that would come out to like what? Around $200, not counting shipping, which is where it would probably end up costing at least another $100. Let's be real, because, well, shipping across the Pacific is expensive. And especially if I'm using a proxy service, you know they're going to gouge the price. So like to get those three items I just pointed out, this one plus these two, easily, I could end up spending $300 to get these three items. And I could make a video out of it, I guess. I could do like a review and be like, hey, look at this exclusive merchandise I got from Japan. I won't get it until like at least May, just because of how shipping will work. But like, maybe I could get a video out of it. Help to marginally offset the $300 I'm otherwise going to spend. Can you ship it into China and then have them ship from China because that's piss cheap? I don't think that would actually be cheaper, because here's the thing. It all depends on how you ship things across the Pacific. There is a cheap way to ship things across the Pacific. It's called dumping it on a ship and giving it 6 months to float here. That's literally the cheap way of shipping things across the Pacific. And that is genuinely how a lot of like anime merch collectors will buy things, because it is cheap to just dump it on a boat that's already headed this way. The problem is it takes several months. So yeah, which, you know, to be fair, like if I'm already spending $300, I might as well spend like a little extra to get it within a month as opposed to 6. Gonna receive them by 2026. Exactly. Before I wrap up this little segment here today, though, I did also want to point out this Reddit post somebody made, which I found very exciting. These are photos from the actual Red Tokyo Tower event. So this is on Reddit, posted by that person, if you want to like look them up. So this is a little display they had there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so I looked at this, and you know what my immediate thought was? What's going to happen to this after the Red Tokyo Tower event ends? Somebody is going to end up with this. It might be a random ass employee. It might be a landfill. Somebody is going to end up with this, though. And how do I make that someone me? What do I need to do to get my hands on this probably only one in existence life-size Kiriko acrylic like stand cutout thing? There has to be a way. There has to be a way. I'll pull every string I have at Blizzard and then some to see if I can get my hands on this. They straight up discard those? I know, exactly. The company itself 100% is just going to throw this in a dumpster, which means whoever happens to be there at the right time can just yoink, take it from the dumpster, and it's theirs. Gonna call every employee and sift through every landfill. Yeah, I'm gonna start a vlog series, dumpster diving in Japan. And then when that inevitably yields nothing, we're gonna start scrounging through landfills. Anyways. So other pictures, these are like actual cardboard cutouts here. Like this is also like, I'd like this one too, but like it's a cardboard cutout, so it's not as exciting as like the clear, like plasticky one like this. But yeah, I'd get that too. Hannah Heist to go take it. I mean, I don't want to steal it. I just want to be the person who ends up with it once they go to throw it away. These are neat. So I don't think these are things that are like actually being sold. I think these might just be like little display things they have here, but they're little like cards basically with the chibi art for each of the characters that are on like little panels like that. Wouldn't it be easier to make it at home? You know what, Houston boss, you're 100% right, but that's not as much fun. How cool would it be to be like, I am the one person in the world who owns the Red Tokyo Tower event Kiriko life-size stand. Like, I own it. It's mine. It'd be so cool, but it's not gonna happen. So here's like actual like checkout area as well. And ooh, so here we go. So here's an actual look at the merchandise. Okay, and that makes sense. That's why they have the Kiriko, Ana, and Diva like bonus stands, the ones you get from the box sets, but not like the second one in each of those. Because these are the ones that are from like the first time window. So these are the ones you can actually get from buying the box in person at the event. That's good to know. But like, look at them. Look at, they're great. These look great. Oh, and yeah, there's the big ones on the side. I don't think there's a picture of, no, there's not a picture of the big Kiriko one, unfortunately. But like, you can see how big those are. Those are pretty sizable for acrylic stands. And then these were just posted by the person as well. Oh, okay, so these are, I don't know if these are the extra large or the like normal large. And yeah, this was the person who posted. They posted all the merchandise they got. Time to get a loan. I can't afford a loan. I'm still trying to save up to buy a new monitor for my computer. Maybe I forego the monitor and just buy merchandise. Completely unpractical merchandise. I think that's basically all there is to look at. I just really wanted to like run through all this and talk about it because I find this stuff, this is the exact sort of stuff I wish Overwatch has been doing for like a long time now, and they are finally doing it, which is good. I'm glad to see that they are doing it in some capacity. It just happens to be a Japan exclusive thing. So monitors are temporary. Kiriko stand is forever. I know. How long will a monitor last me? 10 years if I treat it well? How long will Kiriko last me? A lifetime. Genji's a little defeat above his head. Oh yeah, I know. I really like the artwork for these is the other thing. I love the artwork of these little chibi characters. It's so good. Like this, I love it. Look how cute she is. And she even has a little gaming controller. I so badly want this. Why does it have to be so hard to get? It's not fair. Ian gets a girlfriend and introduces her to cardboard Kiriko. I don't know how that would go. Anyways, I think we've done enough covering this. We've had our lamentations, we've had our hope, we've deluded ourselves into thinking we can A, afford this stuff, and B, even have a chance to get it. So, cost $21 to get in the building. You're talking about the event itself? Yeah, I know there's a ticket price to actually get in. Also, there's like specialty drinks themed around the different characters that they have. So they're selling a Kiriko drink at the event, which I'll never be able to get online. So I'll just never get to taste it. I'll never get to know what Kiriko tastes like.